And it's been nice in the last couple weeks. I actually met a missionary online, and I kind of reached out to him. I found out he was going to serve in the Panama City mission. And so it was good. He's had a lot of questions, and I've been able to respond and give him a lot of advice and kind of tell him a lot of what to expect. Um, One of the things that I heard recently from somebody, they were talking about a mission, and there was somebody in our ward who's going, but is slightly delayed just due to kind of some anxiety concerns. Um, but people were mentioning how their mission, it's going to be hell. And I was shocked because just speaking to those who are going to serve, that's not anything I remember. There were a lot of trying experiences on my mission, a lot of hard things, but it was the greatest, most wonderful experience of my life. It defined who I am today. There are just so many wonderful experiences that I had that I would not trade for anything. I just recall so many experiences. We'd be teaching a family, and just the feeling of having the Spirit just confirm the truth of what you're speaking to people. And it's, as it says in Doctrine and Covenants 50, there's just the Spirit edifies the teacher and the learner. Just both are just uplifted and edified. And there were so many experiences where I'd be with my companion, we'd finish a discussion after teaching about the first vision or the Book of Mormon, and we would literally leave the house and we would be running up and down in the streets, jumping up and down. Just the feeling was just so amazing, just to feel that the Spirit of God just working on you and on the people. And so that, look forward to that. Just, you're going to have so many experiences where you're literally going to want to just jump for joy, jump in the streets. When I think back on those experiences, I can recall, I can relate to Alma's plea, oh, that I were an angel, and to have the wish of my heart to preach repentance unto the people, because you'll feel that. Again, you don't need to deny the fact that there will be hard experiences. When I was on my mission, just I walked into my first apartment and there was a cot with bugs and spiders laying around, a bunch of ants. My first drink in Panama, some lady offered us water, and there were literally like 50 ants floating in the water, just small little ants. But my companion said, "You better drink that," and so I just downed it. Just a lot of things that and my the first 6 months there were these phantom bugs that were biting me at night. You couldn't see them, but I'd wake up and I'd just be scratching all day on my legs, and I'd take off my socks at night and they'd be bloody. So there's definitely things that are going to try your patience. But you will look back on those 10 years later, as I am right now, with a smile on your face and just kind of laughing at it. But the other experiences you have of seeing somebody, as an example, we had an investigator who 2 months later had tried to shoot his wife with a gun, had a really horrible attitude, was mean. And then within 2 weeks, just seeing this man turn into a bubbly, smiley, happy person because he had been introduced to the gospel, and seeing him sit by his wife and hold her hand and there be love. Just to see those transformations are some things, it's something I'd never trade. And so just love the people, focus on them, pray specifically for them. But don't spend too much time on your knees praying, because when you're on your knees praying, that's not when your prayers are going to be answered. Your prayers are going to be answered when you're up and doing and trying to keep your heart and mind in a place where God can speak to you and use you, and you can do His will.